Hi guys, welcome to Math with Mr. Huston. Today we're going to do section 6-5, fractions, decimals, and percents, and we're going to change all of these into each other. A percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. So if we look first, we have example 1, which is 5%, and we need to change it into a fraction. So we need to make that into a ratio. So we're going to take our 5, put it over a fraction bar, because a fraction is a ratio, and then we put it over 100, since a percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. Then we need to simplify. If we divide each of these by 5, we get 1 over 20. So there is our final answer. If we have this one now, we have 125%. Again, we have to change into a fraction. So same thing, we put our percent, 125, over 100, and then we simplify. There's two ways we can do it. We can put it into an improper fraction, or we can put it into a mixed number. If we do a mixed number, we pull 1 out, and we have 25 over 100, and simplify that as well, and we get 1 1/4. If we put it into an improper fraction, we divide by 25, and we get 5 over 4. Either one of these will work for an answer. Example 3, we have 62.5%, and we need to change it into a decimal. So again, if we put this number into a fraction, we put 62.5 over 100, and if we can do it one of two ways, we can just divide it out longhand, or we can put it into a calculator, and we will get 0.625 as a decimal. Now another way we could have done this, instead of putting it into a ratio, so you could say 6.25, and when we go from a percent to a decimal, we move the decimal point to the left 2 spots. So my answer should be 0.625 still. Same thing here. We have 0.4 and we need to make it into a percent. So we can put 0.4 down, and instead of moving to the left to go from a percent to a decimal, we're going decimal to percent. So we're going to move our decimal 2 spots to the right and fill in zeros there. So I get 40, and then I add my percent sign. So 0.4 is 40%. Example 5 has a fraction, and we're making a fraction into a percent. So the easiest way to deal with fractions is make the denominator 100, because if we think back, a percent is a ratio that compares any number to 100. So I have 46 over 200, and I need to make it into 100. So I can use proportion here, or I can just see that 200 divided by 2 got me 100. So 46 divided by 2 is going to get me 23 over 100, and that is equal to 23%. Now we're on to example 6. We have to order these from least to greatest. So the final thing we have to remember with this is we have to put them back in their original form, so we can't forget these. The easiest way to do this is we put all of these numbers into decimals. So 1/4, if we put it into a calculator and do 1 divided by 4, we get 0.25. Then 0.26 is already in decimal. 31%, we move our decimal over twice, and we get 0.31. If we do 2 divided by 7, we get 0.286. So if we look down, we need to put them in least to greatest. My smallest one was 0.25. My next 0.26. My next 0.286. My next 0.31. Like I said at the beginning, we need to put these back into our original form. So 0.25 was 1/4, so 1 over 4. 0.26 was 0.26. 0.286 was 2 over 7. And 0.31 was 31%. So we had to put them all into the same form. We had to compare them and see which one's smallest. We had to order them, and then we had to put them back into their original form. That's it for today, guys. I hope it was pretty easy. See you tomorrow.